A central figure in the local cycling community has passed away. Gary Bonacker's more than 20-year battle with a cancerous brain tumor ended late last month. Bonacker shared his love of cycling with others as an employee and part owner of Sunnyside Sports. In the 80s and 90s, Bonacker organized many cycling events. After a trip to the Tour of Roses in Texas, he decided to establish a cancer fundraiser here in Central Oregon. In the early 2000s, Bonacker started the Tour de Chutes. But his friends say the first real Tour de Chutes happened back in the 70s.
A French teacher from Redmond wanted to put on a bike race, and they asked Gary to help them, and they actually called it the Tour de Chutes in terms of like the Tour de France. And she was a French teacher, so they kind of had this French theme going on. It was basically local people were doing this bike race on these back streets in Redmond. And, back then, everything was so quiet. They had permission and everything, but it was easy to get permission because no one was driving around anyway.
The modern Tour de Chutes quickly became bigger than Bonacker, with people bringing their own battles with cancer to the race. Over the course of his life, Bonacker raised more than $1 million for cancer research.
It was this lift for everyone. It was a very wonderful time. When you go to an event and there's a golden light over the top of it, you're at the right place. And it was, I can't explain, those early years were really beautiful.
The final Tour de Chutes took place last year. His friends want to remember Bonacker not as someone defined by cancer. He was a passionate and modern musician who loved to play the piano. He was also a skier, a fly fisherman, and of course a cyclist. Gary Bonacker passed away on September 28th. He was 70 years old.